a waterfall, thousands of gallons of water coming down through the ceiling.
In today's episode of Homestead How, disaster strikes our homestead. Our pipes freeze and burst, and we end up with thousands of gallons of water pouring down from our Airbnb rental.
There's water everywhere. The walls are ruined, the ceiling is ruined.
In today's video, we're going to roll up our sleeves and try to fix this ourselves without panicking or having to call anybody. We're going to get it done ourselves, and you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the very end to see how it all turns out.
I don't know why they didn't just go through the floor and up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix these.
So after returning home and seeing gallons and gallons of water falling from the ceiling, I turned the water off, I cut the copper pipes, and we rushed out to Menards to get some supplies to try to fix this. So you may be wondering why I cut this copper pipe and what's going on. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, so we'll take a step back and we'll show you how we got to this point.
We had some guests in our Airbnb rental today. They called us, we were in Madison running some errands, and the lady said, "We've got a big problem. Water is not working in the bathroom." So I'm like, oh no, it must be frozen. We rushed home. I got into the garage and there was a waterfall, thousands of gallons of water coming down through the ceiling. Our Airbnb rental is above our garage. We got in the garage, water was just everywhere. So I quickly shut off the water to the upstairs, which I could do downstairs. We called the guests. I started tearing out the ceiling, all of the drywall, the insulation. It's all soaked, it's all completely ruined. Jen had to, unfortunately, call the guests and say, sorry, you're gonna have to leave because I gotta get up there and rip the walls off because this plumbing is in the exterior walls of their bathroom. And there's no way they're gonna be able to stay without a working bathroom for 5 days. So we refunded all of their money. Fortunately, they were able to find another place in Wisconsin Dells to stay at.
The light burst. There's water everywhere. The walls are ruined, the ceiling is ruined.
Water's still dripping down. We have a roof here to our garage. They put beams across and plywood on it, and then about 18 inches above that is the floor. So there's like this cavity, because I was looking, I'm like, where the heck does the toilet plumbing come down? And I could see it right there. So it's like between this pocket of this ceiling and that one. So I'm thinking, but I'm not sure because I can't see, the plumbing lines are coming through this cavity, either that or they're through the wall. Probably through the wall. So let's go upstairs and look. So somewhere between there is where the plumbing comes over to here, and then to here, it's frozen. With our luck, it'd be frozen behind the shower, which would absolutely be horrendous. We'll have to rip the whole shower out because the water line comes from this closet. It's going under the shower, so we have to tear the ceiling out below. But how does that happen if it goes under it? And then it must, at some point, it has to get into that wall. The shower plumbing is fine, which is right here. After that, the hot and cold water go under the shower, which is kind of crazy. Under the shower, this way. And at some point, they go back and into this wall because we can see them back there. So I'm gonna go underneath us in the garage and try to get under the shower and see if I can find out where they burst. situation. I'm talking loud because I got the heater on over there. There's my hot and cold line. That goes to the shower. The lines go over here. This one here goes up into the exterior wall. This one goes up into the exterior wall. That one goes over next to the toilet. I don't know why they didn't just go through the floor and up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix these. And I'm gonna go through the floor and up, and I'm gonna use PEX. I can't see where it burst, and I don't wanna turn the water on, but it's over here somewhere, because look how wet this is right here. I'm ripping all this insulation out and throwing it out. I gotta put some fans up here to dry this out. Over here, the ground is dry. All the way back there. So I think the pipes are good, and the shower was working, which is right there. So somewhere, probably on that exterior wall there, is where it burst, and all the water came down. I'm gonna go upstairs to drill through here, the bottom of the cabinet, and next to the toilet. I'm gonna run that line under here and not through the exterior wall. That's the plan. The good news with the plan is I don't have to rip the interior walls up upstairs, I hope. So now I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna drill a hole down through the cabinet, and I'm gonna drill a hole down next to the toilet. I have to hurry because I gotta run to Menards and I need to get a fitting that'll go from PEX to copper. Either case, I gotta hurry. In fact, I'm always wondering, maybe I should just do that right away. What time is it?
6:02.
Our nearest Menards is an hour away. I think we should maybe just go get the parts. I should cut that line. Claustrophobic. All right, I gotta go see what size PEX I have, because I have some fittings here. I have this copper fitting. I gotta go this size for one of the coppers. Flashlight.
It was just out there.
Where's the flashlight? So we need to go from this to this, and then we're gonna need to go from this to whatever's up, just to make sure, because I guarantee you we'll get there. And I'll forget one little stupid thing like one of these, or I'll have the wrong size one.
Yes, Menards is 1 hour one way.
What does it look like going into the toilet? What does it look like going into the sink? I just want to double check the size of these. So, I got insulation in my EO.
That's disgusting.
We need 3 shut-off valves, and then we need to go from this size PEX to a sink into a toilet. Draw it out. That's what I should do. When we don't have guests up there, which has been the case for like a week, I turn the heat down to like 60, 55, something like that. It still froze, so we're gonna be more mindful in the future and not let the heat go down so low. Just the 3 then?
Just 3.
That's not a lot, is it?
Pretty cold. It was negative.
So we're at, jeez, $208. $50 worth of insulation. We had to call somebody and have them do that. How much do you think we would pay to have a plumber come out, rip the ceiling out, rip the second ceiling out, rip all the insulation out, clean up all the mess, replace the copper, reroute the copper, put in PEX, reroute it through the floor, put the insulation back in, put the ceiling back on, and then re-drywall it?
Are you done talking?
How much?
A couple $1,000.
Yeah, probably. But I get to do it all for free. So we got a couple rolls of insulation, and now we're going home. It's 8 o'clock.
As you can see here, I am obviously not a plumber, just a little DIYer. I've done this once or twice in the past. Total rookie level on this, so this isn't showing you how to do it. This is showing you how a rookie DIYer does it in a pinch after having thousands of gallons of water pour onto their garage and ruin all of their drywall, trying to get things done myself. So here I am drilling some holes through the floor. My strategy, my plan here is to run this through the floor instead of the exterior wall, where I feel it'll be far less likely to freeze again in the future. Besides being very easy to work with, PEX also is less likely to burst under freezing conditions than copper is.
I got everything plumbed downstairs. I got these sticking out extra long, and now I'm going to cut them down to size, trim them up, put the shutoff valves on them. This PEX, you put one of these over it, put that in there, but you gotta be careful because I want it to go down all the way. Pull this open, close it. You do it twice. It's really hard to do. You gotta be strong. It helps if you have half of it on the ground. Too high or too low. Once, twice for extra measure. Does my butt always stick out like this, or is it only when I'm plumbing? I'm gonna have to spend like 3 hours in the video blurring out my butt crack. You see? Is it sticking out again?
Yes.
I don't know why that happens. It only works when I plumb, or does it always happen?
Because men don't have butts.
It's gonna be tight, but I wanted it to be tight. I don't want mice climbing through the hole. Okay, PEX clips. That's gotta seat all the way. You hear it click in there. All right, we're all done. I got this in here. Instead of coming through the wall, I've got the one over here for the toilet. I'm gonna wait until the morning because it's super late now and I'm tired and I probably made some mistakes and who knows if it's gonna leak. I'm gonna run the fan all night so it dries out. So I'm gonna do that all in the morning. So I'm not gonna turn the water on until the morning. So it's the next day. And one other thing I wanted to do before turning the water back on is remove this outside hose. This is a frost-proof hose. If you guys aren't familiar with these, it's a frost-proof hose. The valve is way back here. There's a big tube that goes through here, and the valve's on this side, so it's not supposed to freeze. However, it's been failing and it's been freezing. The girls have been feeding the goats and the chickens. They get their water through this faucet, and they keep telling me it was freezing. So I came out the other day, I opened it, I thought I fixed it, but it froze again. Maybe this is what caused the issue downstream back there. I was watching some videos on YouTube. Actually, there's a really good This Old House video about pipes bursting. And it's not the ice in the pipe. There could have been some ice in here. It's the downward pressure against the water that ends up bursting the pipe. The pressure of the ice pushing on the water creates a huge amount of pressure downstream. So I'm wondering if maybe this froze here and then caused the pressure of the water all the way on the end, because it was on the end of the run, to burst. I don't know. Either way, I need a new one of these. The girls haven't been using it. I'm not running to Menards again, so I'm going to cap this thing, solder a piece on, cap this off, and close it so I can eliminate, not have to sit there and worry about that. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but there's this big pocket up there. This furnace room gets really, really hot. Those pipes were freezing up there, so I'm gonna make a little vent to let some of this hot air escape up into that pocket and hopefully prevent these pipes from freezing again. All right, here's the moment of truth. Jen's gonna turn the water back on. I'm gonna see if it leaks. Click, turn that over and it'll go on. First thing we wanna do is see if this one leaks, and then I'll look upstairs and see if mine leaks, but wait till I get up there. All right, go. Real slow with it. Or not. Whoa, it's not leaking! Where? I just fixed it? At the solder or at the connection?
Right there.
Where, I don't see where it's leaking.
Right here.
Oh, I never touched that one. Okay, well the good news is my thing held. The odd and weird news is this is probably because that thing froze. We're leaking from right here where it's, I never even touched or soldered or did anything with. I added this pipe on which I soldered in the workshop and I didn't even have any heat over here at all. So it must have been frozen here.
Of course I do.
Just cut this off and put a new piece in. I do have this piece of copper here. It looks like it was the right size. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then. We're not gonna have a faucet then.
So before you think I forgot to turn the water off here, I didn't. It was off, but we are on the bottom floor and all the pressure from upstairs came back down and sprayed us and soaked us.
The only thing I know about this is you gotta have clean pipe, like I clean that off really good, and you gotta have good flux. A lot of people don't clean it off good enough and then it won't work. You heat up the opposite side, you see the flux starting to boil, that's when you're good to go. Pretty ugly, but my other ones are ugly and those held. So that must have froze back. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's what caused it. Here we go! When we first turn this on, there's going to be a lot of air in the line, so it's going to make a lot of noise. No leaks! No leaks! Good pressure. Alright, I think we fixed it. We checked for leaks. There's no leaks whatsoever. I'm not sure if the pipes froze from the exterior wall or if it was caused by that garden hose faucet outside freezing. In any case, that's gone. I now have a hole above the furnace room to let some air into the pocket. Now I have to insulate the heck out of all these pipes. I've got all of these for that, and then I got all of this new R19 insulation. I'm going to stuff all around it everywhere. And then Jen and I are going to have to get some new drywall. And the other thing is, it's perfectly dry up here now. This was all soaked yesterday, but we ran the fan and the propane heater all night. We got no leaks. So I'm gonna insulate this, and then I'm gonna put fiberglass insulation all around it, and I'm gonna seal up this hole. All of these pipes, kind of dark, insulated all the way down there to the toilet. Now I'm gonna put insulation behind each of them. And then the other big thing that I think is gonna help huge is this hole I drilled. I can feel the warm air coming up from the furnace room, and I think that'll definitely help prevent this from freezing, because that furnace room gets so hot and it's just all enclosed in there. We tore the ceiling down, the drywall down. We replumbed it with PEX. We went up through the floor instead of the wall. I got a lot of practice sweating copper pipes, and all of my sweats held. I didn't think that one would hold because it was such a tight spot in a corner with like this much room to work. We got new insulation up. It's not leaking. It's like -10 out right now all week, so I am worried about that. It's like freezing cold in this garage. That's the end of the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. As we do in every episode of Homestead How, watch till the very end because we have some awesome pictures from our homestead, all of our adventures we did this week. Thanks a lot for watching.